Hello everyone, this is Vinita and welcome to Hopeful Turns. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this popcorn stitch flower. Now you can use this kind of flowers to attach it to your headbands or beanies or bags. You can even use this to convert it into a granny square and then use it in your cushion cover or your blankets. Now my personal favorite is to use it in baby headbands. If you're planning to take pictures of your babies or your kids, you can try this. They look adorable in them. It's a very beautiful flower, especially if you're making it for baby headbands. Now we'll just quickly run through the supplies. So for this particular flower here, I have used a DK weight yarn and its recommended hook size, which is a 4 mm crochet hook. You can use any yarn that you have. You just have to go with the recommended hook size. You will also require a pair of scissors and a darning needle to weave in the ends. So these are the few supplies that you'd require. And if you're planning to use a bead, you can use that as well. So here I have not cut the yarn. I'm going to attach it to a headband. So if you want, you can attach a bead or you can just keep it plain and simple. So if you're looking for any other flower patterns, I do have a few on my channel. I'll put the links in the description box as well as on the I button that is popping up. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And if at any point in the video you like what you see, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Now let's start the tutorial. So we'll start this with a slip knot. So to make a slip knot, take your yarn and then loop it around your finger like an X. Once you have that, take this loop off and pull your working yarn through this loop. So this here is your slip knot. Now take your hook and attach it to the slip knot. Now we'll start this with 2 chain stitch. So make 2 chain stitch, 1 and 2. Now what we'll do is we'll put 8 single crochet in the very first chain stitch. So we are going to skip the second chain stitch or the stitch that is near to the hook. So we are going to skip this, and into the first chain stitch we are going to place 8 single crochet. Now to make a single crochet, you insert your hook into that stitch. Okay, then pull up your working yarn. You'll have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both. So this here is your first single crochet. Like that, we'll put 7 more single crochet. So we'll do that again. You insert your hook into the very same stitch and then pull up a loop. You have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both. So this here is my second single crochet. So like this, in the same stitch, I'll make a total of 8 single crochet. This is my third one. Here is my fourth one. Again, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. This is my 5th single crochet. So like this, I'll make a total of 8, 6, 7 and 1 last 8. So for my round 1, I have a total of 8 single crochet. Now we'll finish off this round, and for that I'm going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet. If you pull it like this, you can see a small chain stitch, which was the chain stitch that we had skipped earlier. So don't place your slip stitch there, but just place it in the very first single crochet. So just insert your hook into very first single crochet and then slip stitch. So this here finishes our round 1. All right, now we'll move on to round 2. Round 2 is the popcorn stitch round. And we will start that round with chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this chain 3 here is going to be treated as my first double crochet because 3 chain stitch is the height of 1 double crochet. Now what we'll do is we'll place a total of 4 more double crochet in the very first stitch. So what we'll do is we'll make a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch where your chain 3 goes and just pull up a loop. If you see, you have a total of 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull to the first 2, yarn over, pull to the last 2. So this here is my first double crochet. So we'll again make a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull to the first 2, yarn over, pull to the next 2. So 2 double crochets are over, 2 more to go. So in the same stitch, make another double crochet. This is my third double crochet, and 1 more, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, pull to the first 2, pull to the next 2. So if you see here, we have 4 double crochet and your chain 3, which makes it a total of 5 double crochet. Now to complete the popcorn stitch, what you're going to do is you just remove your hook from there and find your third chain stitch for your chain 3. Okay, so this here is my chain 3. I'm just going to insert my hook into the third chain stitch here. All right, and I'm going to place my hook in this loop as well, and I am going to pull my working yarn through like this. Okay, I'll show it once again when I do the next popcorn stitch. Basically, I'm just going to pull my working yarn through the loop that was here. So this completes my first popcorn stitch. You can see that it's just pushed up. After that, make chain 1. Now like this, I'm going to place 7 more popcorn stitch for my round 1. This is my 1. I'll make 7 more. So find your next stitch, and here you have to make a total of 5 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull to the first 2, yarn over, pull to the next 2. So this here is my first double crochet. Like this, I'll make 4 more double crochet. In the first popcorn stitch, we had chain 3 and we made a total of 4 double crochet. But from now onwards, what we'll do is we'll place 5 double crochet. No more chain 3, just 5 double crochet in every stitch for 1 popcorn stitch. So here I have placed my 5 double crochet. You can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've removed this. I'm going to find, if you see, you can see it like this. Okay, so in the top of the very first double crochet, you can find a V. Just insert your hook there and just reattach it to the loop that was hanging, and then pull this through the first double crochet. So it will close like a small popcorn stitch. So this completes our second stitch. We will move on to the third stitch, but before that, chain 1. So between every popcorn stitch, you have to put a chain 1. We will move on to the next stitch and again place 5 double crochet for 1 popcorn stitch. So this is my first double crochet, second one, third one, fourth, and 1 more I have to make 5. So you will have to put 5 double crochet to make 1 popcorn stitch. So 5 double crochets are over. I'm just going to remove my hook, find my first double crochet, that is here, place it there, put it through the loop that was there, and then pull my working yarn like this. So this completes my third popcorn stitch, make chain 1. So like this, I'm going to make 5 more popcorn stitch, making it a total of 8 popcorn stitch for round 1. So I'll finish 5 more and then meet you here. So here I have finished my first round and I have a total of 8 popcorn stitches. This was my last popcorn stitch. I have put chain 1 after that. Now we'll finish off this round. Now to finish off this round, we have to slip stitch it, and if you just flip your work here, you can find that this was your chain 3, and if you poke your needle inside, you can find a small gap. Okay, so just place your hook in that gap and slip stitch it. So just slip stitch through that space. So this completes our round 1, which has a total of 8 popcorn stitches. We'll move on to round 2. So this we had slip stitch to finish this round. Now what we'll do is, if you just split open your chain, the 2 popcorn stitches, you can see the chain 1 space that is there, that we had put between the popcorn stitches. So go into the first chain 1 space Okay, find your first chain 1 space and then slip stitch again. So just slip stitch again between the chain 1 space, between 2 popcorn stitches here. Now what we'll do is, in every chain 1 space we will put 2 popcorn stitches for round 2. So we are here now at this first chain 1 space. So we'll make our very first popcorn stitch. So every round we start with chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and for the first popcorn stitch you just make 4 double crochets. So make 4 double crochet for your very first popcorn stitch of the round. The chain 3 we are going to count as our first double crochet, followed by 4 double crochet. So here you have chain 3 and then 4 double crochet. Now we will make our first popcorn stitch. So insert your hook into the third chain of your chain 3. There is the only tricky part in this full pattern. Just find your third chain stitch. Okay, so this has gone down a bit. Okay, now catch hold of this loop and then pull your working yarn through. So this here is my first popcorn stitch. After this, make chain 1. So after you make a popcorn stitch, you always have to put 1 chain 1. So you have your popcorn stitch. Now in the same space, in the same chain 1 space, you have to place 1 more popcorn stitch. So make that is, you're going to place 5 more double crochet in the same chain 1 space. It will get all squishy, but it's fine. So place 5 more double crochets. This is my 3rd, 4th and 5th, all going in that 1 chain space. In the same chain 1 space we have put 5, sorry, this has gone down. I'll complete 1 more double crochet. So this was 4 and I'll make my last double crochet 5. After that, pull it up a little bit higher. Then find your first double crochet. So this one here is my first double crochet. Insert your hook through this and then pull your working yarn through the loop like so. Okay, so here you have 2 popcorn stitches. After that, make chain 1. So this is the pattern that we will be following. In every chain 1 space you have to put 2 popcorn stitches. So come to the next chain 1 space. You can see this is the 2 popcorn stitches. Between them you have this chain 1 space, and here we are going to make 2 more popcorn stitches. So for the first popcorn stitch, first make 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 more, 5. So 5 double crochets we have made. Now I'll take this off, find my first double crochet and pull my yarn through these 2 loops. Okay, so this makes my next popcorn stitch. Do not forget the chain 1. So make a chain 1 and here in the same space here make 1 more popcorn stitches. So that is the pattern that we'll follow. You are making 2 popcorn stitches in every chain 1 space. So make 5 double crochet for 1 popcorn stitches. This is just 4. One last one, 5 double crochet. Find your first double crochet, insert your hook and pull your yarn through like this. After that, chain 1. Okay, so I'll just continue with the same pattern, making, if you see, this was my 2 popcorn stitches. There was this chain 1 space. I have got 2 popcorn stitches. This is my next chain 1 space. I have again 2 popcorn stitches. Like that, in every chain 1 space you can find it. If you just poke your needle there, you can get the space there. So in every chain 1 space make 2 popcorn stitches. I'll complete it, and once you finish your round 2, you will have a total of 16 popcorn stitches. So here I have finished my 3rd round and I have a total of 16 popcorn stitches. So this was my last popcorn stitch followed by chain 1. Now I'll finish off this round. So for that, I'm just going to slip stitch into the space between the chain 3. So this was the chain 3 and this was the first popcorn stitch. So just go ahead and place this into the space between the 3rd chain 3 and your popcorn stitch. So I'm just going to slip stitch this to finish off this round. Now if you want, you can cut your yarn here and use it as a 2-layered flower, but I'm going to show you how to make it into one more layer. So this works on the principle of the circle. So for this round, you have to place two popcorn stitches in one chain 1 space followed by 1 popcorn stitch. So 2 1 2 1 is the pattern that we are going to follow for this round. So before we start, we'll have to make one more slip stitch so that we reach our chain 1 space. So go ahead and make a slip stitch into the first chain 1 space. Okay. Now in this first chain 1 space, I'll make 2 popcorn stitch, and we'll start off with chain 3, 1 2 3, and then make 4 double crochet for the very first popcorn stitch. So this is my first double crochet, 1 2 3 and one more, 4, and the chain 3 we are going to count as a double crochet, so this makes a total of 5. So insert your hook into the third chain of your chain 3 and pull your yarn through. So this will complete our first popcorn stitch. After that, make 1 chain stitch, and in the very same gap or very same chain space, make 1 more popcorn stitch. So 2 popcorn stitch will go in 1 chain space. So 1 2 3 4, and I'll have to make 1 more, 5. So 5 double crochets are done, and I'll just finish off this popcorn stitch here. Okay, so you have 2 popcorn stitches. After that, make 1 chain stitch. Now in the next chain 1 gap, you just have to make only 1 popcorn stitch. So that is the pattern that we'll follow. We'll make 2 popcorn stitch and then 1 popcorn stitch. So 2 1 2 1 is the pattern that we'll be following here. So this is 3 4 and 5, and then finish off this popcorn stitch as well, like this, and then chain 1. So we'll just follow this pattern, making 2 popcorn stitch, then 1 popcorn stitch, then 2 1 2 1, and once you finish this round, you will have a total of 24 popcorn stitches. So I'll just make 24 popcorn stitches and meet you at the end. So here I am at the end of this round, and I have a total of 24 popcorn stitches. Now we'll finish off this round, and just like the previous 2 rounds, we are going to just slip stitch. So this was my last popcorn stitch. After that, I have a chain 1, and then just find the space between your chain 3 and your popcorn stitch. Okay, here's, and then make a slip stitch. So this finishes this round. Now you can continue making the popcorn flower bigger. So if you are interested to make it into a much bigger flower, you just have to follow the pattern for a normal flat circle. So if you do not know how to make a flat circle, I'll put the link in the description box as well as in the I button that is popping up, so you can check that. So for the next round, if you're planning to make 1 more round of popcorn stitch, what you'll do is you'll put 2 popcorn stitch in 1 chain 1 gap. After that, 1 popcorn stitch, 1 popcorn stitch. So 2 1 1 is the pattern that you have to follow. Okay, but I'm just stopping here, so I'll just cut my yarn off. So I'll just cut this off. Okay, now all you have to do is to weave in the ends. So just take your yarn needle and just attach it. Okay, so here I've got it, and then I'll just weave in the end. So just go through a couple of stitches to finish off your work. So just randomly go through a few stitches, that would be enough. Okay, so I think this should be enough, and you can cut your extra. So like that you can weave in this end also, or just keep it and attach it to the project that you want to make it for. So here our popcorn stitch flower is ready. I hope you like it and you'll give it a try. Now if you like it, please do not forget to press on the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. See you in the next video. Until then, bye. Thank you for watching.